So, about that Sybaris Prime, you know, I have Blast built on it, and it's a pretty decent weapon on its own, to be fair. Just take a look. It will be way better once I have N stacks for my galvanized mods. Way more multi-shot. And now we can check. Blast being decent and having viral from Panzer makes it pretty nice. But what I wanted to show you mostly is what happens when you use it with Saren. And I'm not gonna stack all of the buffs, I will just use Toxic Lash. Because Toxic Lash has very interesting interaction with the Blast. So basically when we have Toxic Lash on us, the Incarnon form Sybaris, just look. 22 stacks of Toxin and the 5 Blast adds to the Toxin stacks once it explodes. No Toxic Lash. And now a few shots with it. And you can clearly see how the Blast stacks add up to the Toxin. And I honestly think Lavos is gonna be the best warframe to compare it to. Buffs your weapon with the element of your choice with a fixed 200% bonus, so it's greater than Toxic Lash if we pick Toxin. And since we cannot increase it by ability strength, we can increase it with status duration to make the Toxin last way longer. We will be using exact same loadout for Sybaris, and we will do the exact same thing. We have the Incarnon form, we will buff the Toxin, and just look how the Toxin behaves here. Nine. And adds up nothing to the Toxin. The fact is the Toxin really lasts quite for a while, but it's not adding up. So this is also why I didn't really care about any other secondary after I fell in love with Furis, with the hit innate and getting that Riven. I just cannot really bother about anything else. So remember that the same exact rule applies to every weapon with the Blast. And here we don't need crit, so we can have Toxin standalone for even more Toxin. This is just such a Saren weapon. And this is also why, in any case of melee influence and hitting several enemies at the same time, why I always use Blast instead viral. Mind you that I'm not using my Panzer from the start of video because he was interrupting the test and making the enemies die way too fast with the viral. So once we put punch through on it, it takes another step on this. Just look how it behaves with punch through. Mind you, no galvanized stacks, nothing stacked yet, freshly turned into Incarnon. The moment you get oh my god, they instantly fluffed. And one more look. I'm shooting them in the head, even though it has way higher modifier, but you know, punch through never really works as it's supposed to through the chest. There's always one thing not getting hit at the end. It had way less stacks, only from Blast. But that's a good way to test it. So one more time, I waited out stacks, I'm just gonna go with that one galvanized for multi-shot. We have punch through, we have Toxic Lash, and we're gonna shoot in the middle of the pack and through the heads. And now we're gonna shoot through the chest. First guy gets 38. Oh, I forgot I have nearly 3 punch through, so it kinda can hit through all of them nearly at every single attempt. 30 and adapts. And just one shot to kill all of them. So just imagine what happens when we put the corrosive up and we put the roar up. He literally died from that missed shot. Let's shoot the legs, okay? Let's see. So now just imagine how broken Furis is with Blast and Toxin with that fire rate and status it got. Let's at first see before we turn into Incarnon. 11 and 7 Blast. 18 Toxin. So imagine with this how broken it gets. Mind you, I'm using Cascadia Empowered. Let's see, headshot modifier. Yeah, people using it for hit stacks, but if you play Saren, I guess better off to
Go for the toxin. I just have the Toxic Lash on me and I'm really not trying to kill them instantly, so we can see like 9 blast, boom, 10 toxin instantly because of it. 116 toxin. You know what happens when you have that much status and you put like corrosive with one big Archon shard for the stacks on it? Just look. Not even gonna press roar. It's instantly over 100 stacks of toxin. So now just picture this with roar. Like if we void the sling strength, we're gonna have like 100 roar. Just look. They're gonna explode. This is literally Furis. Incarnon, Furis is one of my favorite pistols by far. We need to swap to Nami solo after we get the melee influence. Because if we do that before, they will all die instantly. Now we have full follow through. And one more for the blast proc. Look, toxin is getting spread. And this is the... And what I mean by toxin getting spread? Look, this is the exactly same build, just with primed fever strike instead of molten impact, so we have viral electricity instead. So same enemies, we're gonna simulate them, we're gonna swap to Nami once we get our melee influence. Look. The toxin is not getting spread. So, one more try with blast, and I'm not gonna swap to the full follow through with the like full melee, because I don't want them to die. I get Toxic Lash, melee influence is up, and look, toxin is everywhere. And one more comparison without viral, just that influence. Just we get the full follow through. And now let's just combo it all with Roar, Toxic Lash, Corrosive, melee swap full, and we just touch them once. The E patched out Toxic Lash working with melee influence, but Blast brought it back, so enjoy. So when I was streaming today, I realized there's something wrong with my Sybaris and the Vigilante armaments I had on it. I just swapped it straight up to Metal Auger to check if it's 100% bugged, and yeah, it is bugged. Look, I have 20% chance to enhance critical hits from primary weapons. How so? There is not a single mod of Vigilante on my Saren, and there is nothing on my companion, since no companions equipped. So I will explain how it works now, but please do not use it. That's a bug abuse and it's gonna be 100% fixed. Don't get used to it. But after all, it's just a fun period of time before it's fixed. It does not enhance you like so crazily. You just have like some chance increase to get a tier higher of crits. It's not a game breaker, so let's just say I'm showing this for you to have a way to fix the issue. I'm 100% aware that we all doing way too much damage and everything dies way too fast. So get those mods off. So see, before I was using my Worm Prime as a stat stick to my primaries. And in fact, I had all the Vigilante mods on it. And see, the problem is that when you have this equipped, as it's supposed to be, you have the 20% stuck on the Vigilante set. Thing is, even if you change, I don't know, let's say to the Adarza Kavat, you have Adarza Claws, you go to your Sybaris, and it's still 20% chance to enhance critical hits from primary weapons. So let's take them off completely. Boom. 20% chance. And I have one more loadout with Saren here. And I have the same exact case as I was using before Worm Prime. And now look. I go to my Kullervo, which I never really used it ever. Anything like with the Vigilante. Not after the patch at least. And my Vigilante is fixed. But the moment I go back to a loadout, that after the patch I was using the Vigilante, like my Saren again, I have the stat stick. For literally free, there is only Panzer here, And this literally makes me sad, because all I was thinking still to use robotics for, after we got the new mods for loot, is legitimately stacking up the Vigilante set. So poor robotics, literally like sentinels at least, not the mecha hounds cannot stack it. So all the sentinels, they lost any reason to be ever used. So please DE, fix this, because the unbalancing on the beasts right now is just crazy enough on its own. But that would be all from me for now, so I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a like, comment, share and subscribe. And as always, see ya in the next one.